Gosh, just thrilled about this win. I said on radio I thought I was nervous, and I was hoping that I didn't put that on the team. I thought we had a really I wasn't totally happy with our shoot-around, even though I liked their energy. It just was one of those weird shoot-arounds. And this is such a dangerous team. Arizona State's really good. They can hurt you in a lot of ways. Anytime a game is in the 50s or close to that, gosh, any team can win. And so, when we had some turnovers, I thought that really stopped our momentum. Charlie used the timeouts great and stopped our momentum. And we were just really fortunate to have a really good fourth quarter that separated ourselves from a team that's found ways to win a lot of those games. So proud of this team, excited that we've got that many wins, and this just is good for our resume, and we want to keep building on it and seeing if we can get a few more wins.
All right, we'll open up the floor for questions. If you have any questions on the Zoom, please raise your hand. We'll go ahead and start here with Jamie Vinnick, Coug fan.
Coach, first off, congrats on the win.
Appreciate it.
On a night that Charlize only plays 26 minutes because of fouls, you can't talk right now. Ula with only 4 points. You get 20 from Yo. You get a big 10 from Bella in the second half. Tara has a huge 7 in the first half. I mean, that depth scoring and not even necessarily depth, but getting points from players that aren't Charlize in a game like this where she doesn't play that much because of fouls. I mean, how important is that to going down the stretch when you're going to need everyone scoring and everyone contributing?
Yeah, I mean it is crucial. I thought Grace had good minutes. I thought Jessica had good minutes for us. Those are two other players that I think we can get some points from. It's a big burden to be Charlize Ledger-Walker and have to produce like she has to do every night. I mean, I'm not going to let her off the hook completely. She's got to stop getting into foul trouble. I mean, that's something that is. It's not a one-time thing, so that's something that she's really got to work on because we need her on the floor. But I thought she had a great game while she was in there, and I just love how this team is finding ways to different ways to win. A night where Ula's not shooting the ball, like you said. Crystal doesn't score a ton. I mean, it's what you need. You've got to have capable scorers in a lot of different positions, and you got to have some help coming off the bench. And we've got to keep building that. And those guys have to help us when we're struggling at times. And I think this is a good sign against a really good defensive team that we were able to put some points on the board.
With Yo specifically, it just seems that she's been on a really good run as of late. Ever really since that USC comeback on the road, it just. Ball's going in. She's getting good looks. She's taking good shots. She plays 40 minutes tonight, too. I know you've talked about wanting other players to get to that kind of that crystal bar, quote unquote. But, as you've seen her kind of develop throughout this year, have you seen something maybe change in her approach, change in her game? Or is it kind of she's doing the same things and the shots are just going in? Well,
I loved hearing her talk about trust and trusting, when she does have a shot, taking it. I think sometimes our team is so. We're almost too smart for ourselves. I think we've got a lot of things that can get her open and a lot of players that can get her open. And sometimes I think some of our players assume they're not going to be open and they're not ready to shoot when it comes to you. And it's probably I guess I probably like that more than I like someone that's just jacking up things, regardless if they're open or not. But there's a happy medium in that. And when you are as good a shooter as she is, we need her to not notice defense if she has a little bit of an opening. And I think she's getting more comfortable with that and understands that, this is exactly what we need her to do. This helps us find ways to win games. She's a tremendous shooter when her feet are set. I thought her pull-up jump shot was huge tonight when she made that late in the fourth quarter. This is a good sign for us. We got to keep her in a great spot, and it makes defense have to guard her a certain way. And a couple of games ago, she got little drop passes to Bella on pick and roll because of how they're guarding her differently than others. And those are individual players have to step up and make those reads and make those decisions, and she's doing a great job right now.
Tara gives you 7 in the first half as you're kind of, trying to get offense going again with Charlize with those fouls. And, there was a reverse in there. She has a 3. She has 2 assists. I mean, just the progress and the development of her game, kind of growing into her athleticism and understanding how good she can be.
Yeah, big. Plus minus 14. So she's high tonight for our team. That talked about that in the locker room. I think she's kind of past her little slump or whatever that she kind of has, that freshmen have, and I think she understands that she has the talent and the smarts and the ability to make plays and to, there's even a part of that is not hurt you. Freshmen sometimes hurt you when they try to do too much, and she's kind of past that. She's really solid for us. She's gotten better defensively. I think she has a chance to be that person that, again, she can come in as the sub for the 2, 3, 4, and that's invaluable for us with the lineup that we have. So she's still got to get comfortable playing that 4 spot and playing like a post, when she has a post on her. But, again, every minute she's out there's helping her and helping us, and I'm excited about, the future with Tara on the floor.
22 turnovers tonight. I'm sure you're not particularly thrilled about that. Only one day of tape, and to kind of rectify that with as team as good as anyone in the country at forcing turnovers coming up on Sunday. How do you kind of make sure that does not carry over with you've seen how good Arizona is at forcing turnovers and what they've done in the past when you guys are careless with the ball. And
right.
How do you kind of quickly fix that to make sure that's not a factor in Sunday's game?
I thought we probably over got into our kids' heads prior to Arizona the last time we played with their, they trap ball screens, so we have to know how we're going to handle that. And I thought we had a really bad kind of first quarter, and it was like we put too much on them. We expected them to see too much. We expected it to be more than it was. And I'm not saying it's not going to be unbelievably hard pressure, but this was too. And they've got athletes that can cut and make every pass hard, and they did to us. And we made some real big mistakes, and this is a team that we should be better than to make some of the mistakes we made tonight. Our best players kind of put themselves in tough positions, but you got to give Arizona State credit. You certainly give Arizona its due in the fact that they can athletically they're pretty solid in every spot, and some of the spots are just outrageously athletic. So we've got to manage it, and we've got to keep that number down. I think the big number is don't let it be live ball turnovers. Don't let it lead to layups, because easy layups for them, paint points, when they get layups on runouts, that's the key for us to be in that game on Sunday.
Kind of an odd final minute there where both teams were kind of just living at the free throw line. What's the message to the team in those situations where it's almost just simply, hey, we just need to hit free throws?
Well, the message to Bella is going to be, why did you foul? It was a bad mistake, and I thought I should have taken her off the line. It's not what we wanted to do, obviously, in that situation. You want them to spend time getting their shots and however they get it, but you don't want to put them at the line. But again, we just made enough plays to get it to, 3 or and then someone's at the line and they have 2 shots. So now just one of those gets you to 4, and I think that eased us a little bit. Now I think they went down and made 1 of 2 or something. It was 3. So we just had enough of a wiggle room to hold them off. But I think the bigger issue was just trying to handle the ball and get the ball in without turning it over. And I felt pretty good when Crystal went to the line. She's been so solid, and it's good seeing our team just relax and make some free throws late in the game.
All right. One final question, Coach, here. Crystal Ledger-Walker scored her 1,000th career point tonight. Just talk a little bit about that. It's a player you've had both at Northern Colorado and here at Washington State. You guys have been together almost 5+ years now. So just how big of a moment is that for Crystal and yourself for coaching her for so many years? I
am just beyond. I said it on radio. I hate getting to this point in the season because you realize what you're about to lose and miss in the seniors that won't be in your program any longer. But you love getting to this point in the program and seeing players and seniors ramp up their urgency and make plays and become, the leaders and the voice for your team in your locker room. And I am just so unbelievably proud of her. As a player that wasn't really a scoring point guard, to get 1,000 points in her career is just unbelievably amazing. I said out there, she needs a name. The intangibles that she brings to the game, they need an award for that, like an 1,000-point ball, you know, because she is, you know, that's her middle name, the intangibles that she brings to the game and how she impacts winning. And I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her, what she did at UNC. She changed that program when she got there and took it to a championship level. And she came with us this after a year and has changed this program and made it better and is putting us in position to, get into postseason again, which it falls a lot on her shoulders and how far she's come.